Are the Lakers in trouble? Are the Knicks in even more trouble? And how do you recap 11 games from the day before in as few minutes as you can? My name is Levi Jacob.
My name is Jason Blatt.
And you are listening to the Daily Basketball Recap. Jason, what's going on?
Rough day to be a Lakers fan. Rough day. Really rough day.
It's okay. Listen, it's okay. We all have these days. We all have these days. It's it's when you realize maybe we're not making it to the championship. Of course, I don't ever have those days because I'm a Thunder fan. But
All right. Let's chill. Let's chill a bit. Let's chill a bit though.
yeah,
Okay, see.
to be fair, after that cup loss, I was kind of devastated inside. So it's fine. Wendell Carter Jr. go ahead putback to bring this Magic team to victory against the Lakers 110-109. Paolo Banchero had quite a game. This is exciting for Paolo because he really needed this.
He
Unless,
stank.
maybe they had to ship him off to China after the season or something as a consequence of trying to tank for this Magic team unintentionally. I don't know what Adam Silver would do to him, but 36 points, 10 rebounds for him, 6 assists, 4 turnovers. But that's going to happen with you'd rather him do that when he's having a good game because he still does it when he has a bad game. 12 of 22 from the floor, hit 2 3-pointers. So that's a good sign. And 10 of 11 from the free throw line, which is a very good sign for Paolo because usually that's much lower. Desmond Bane contributed 22. Wendell Carter Jr. had 20 and 11 with 2 assists. Tristan da Silva is I really like him. I want him to get a few more looks. I think that he will be an NBA player, obviously for the rest of his career. But I think that he's serious. He belongs out there. Anthony Black had probably one of the worst games of his season so far. 8, 4, and 4 with 3 steals and 2 blocks, which was nice, but 2 turnovers on 4 of 13 shooting. The rest of the team didn't really do much. Luckily, I just traded away Anthony Black in fantasy. That was I'm watching the downturn of what has been otherwise a great season for him. He's really been pretty outstanding otherwise, and I really think that he's the future of this Magic team. But yikes, this was it's just not a good game against this assortment of Lakers guards out there.
Yeah.
It should have been a game that went the other way, is the truth. It should have been a game that went the other way.
Yeah, it's I'll tell you what we're thinking. It's like this is what happens when you don't build. I love Luka. He's the future of our franchise. He's going to bring us at least 7 championships. But like you have to build a specific team by Luka, and that's the deal, right? When we were talking about this yesterday with LeBron, LeBron needs a certain team around him, Luka needs a certain team around him. When Marcus Smart is just starting small forward, that's not a team that's going to succeed with Luka Doncic. Luka had a great game, not great, just a 22, 9, 15, put up a solid stat line. It wasn't the most efficient, but solid stat line. You gotta give him some defensive players, and when no one's playing defense, right? Jared Vanderbilt got 12 minutes and had 2 stocks. That's what you need, a Lively and a Gafford and a Washington. It's frustrating to watch Rob Pelinka now wasting Luka's prime like he did for the last few years of LeBron's.
Yeah, it's very strange because also the other problem is that it doesn't get him any more open.
No.
They're trying to do the same okay, well, if you have shooters and shot makers around you, then you could drive and kick, but everybody's trying to drive and kick. It doesn't the JJ Redick offense that was looking so smooth last year is really not working. They played Luke Kennard 15. Why? There's no they don't play Dalton Connect at all. There's no attempt. There's no attempt really to have actual shooting around these 3 people who are so able to like Austin Reeves is still having a historic season in terms of finishing at the basket. You know what happens when you don't have shooters around him? It's more crowded in the paint because they're not as scared that he's going to kick it out to someone who's going to shoot the basketball. And LeBron and Luka, although there was the whole thing about they'll learn how to play together, they've learned how to play together, but they realize that they don't have what the other one needs because neither of them are willing to stand there and be catch and shoot players, which is fine. They shouldn't have to. That should be on management to get them some other guys around them. But it's just not it's upsetting to watch because they're so talented. And it really is, realistically speaking, and we spoke about it a little bit yesterday, I think the lack of spacing is going to actually hinder Luka's ability to vie for an MVP because
Yeah.
it makes his game look less put together.
Yeah. I think we saw what LeBron should be in the playoffs last year, and we lost that series to Minnesota. I want to see LeBron playing small forward. I want to stop seeing point forward LeBron at age 40 alongside Luka Doncic. I want to see LeBron James play the position that he's been assigned to since birth, but never actually played. I want him in the corner. I want him practicing his threes. I want Austin Reeves practicing his perimeter defense. Or give us the right players to surround Luka. That's just it's simple math.
Yeah. I'll be honest also. I'm going to say something, and I think a lot of people are gonna be not happy with it. Maybe, maybe for the sake of the
I don't like
team,
where you're going. I don't like where you're going.
Reeves could play six man.
Why did that's where you're going? There are two answers to that. There are two responses to that. In terms of skill, you're totally right. In terms of money, we can't do that.
I get it, but the problem is that
You can't pay your six man $40 million a year.
it doesn't. No, I'm saying for this season alone. For this season alone, I think that it doesn't make any sense to me for this to be the reality because LeBron can play with Luka, Reeves can play with Luka. All three of them together doesn't make much sense, and we see it whenever one of them is out. It usually kind of looks better on the court. Truth is that LeBron with Luka doesn't look great always, but usually Reeves with both of them looks fine. I just
Yeah,
feel
why?
like why not? I don't know, JJ Redick. Why not try it out? See what happens.
Yeah, and why are Laravia, Rui, and Vanderbilt all coming off the bench, and you're starting four? It also is like imagine you're starting Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Marcus Smart, four guards who've all played the point at some point in their careers. Like
Huh?
who? Why? Question
Also,
marks or many question
most of
marks.
them, most of them are not known to be high percentage 3-point shooters. They shoot threes, but not high percentage
Yeah,
3-point shooters. And you
yeah,
have actually a guy, very honestly, who I was impressed with his progress in terms of his shooting ability, even in Jake LaRavia coming off the bench. Like you said, he also played 16 minutes. Jared Vanderbilt played 12 minutes, but he kind of just gets lost in the flow of the team.
yeah. Laravia should not be playing 5 more minutes than Maxi Kleber.
Actually, yes, but what I would say is I have been impressed with his ability to be a spot up shooter for them, and he provides size. And I just feel like why?
Over Rui.
No, but he got 26 minutes. I don't need Rui to be starting. I think it just makes more sense in terms of the team dynamic for him to be starting. Like meaning he got 26 minutes from me. He's got 7 shots. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Two of 5 from 3. Like that's like he doesn't need to be shooting more than 5 3-pointers a game. But I'm saying the more guys that are able to shoot threes on your team that you're able to spread the floor with, the more open that lane is for all three of those guys who play that exact same
Yeah,
style of basketball.
yeah,
DeAndre Ayton had a good game with 21 and 13, 8 of 11 shooting, but I mean, like this is what you want DeAndre Ayton to be doing. You'd hope that he was a little bit better on defense, not a little bit better, a lot better on defense, but it seems like that's not really an opportunity that you have.
yeah. I mean, that's the benefit. If you want to put any silver lining to starting four point guards in one starting roster, the benefit is that DeAndre Ayton will be going off. Like any big man's dream. Imagine DeAndre Jordan if he was playing with four Chris Pauls. Like he'd be the second greatest center of all time. Like what are we talking about?
I'm still wondering whether or not that would be good or bad for his self-esteem, though. I feel like Chris Paul was like, like the classic one where he like caught the ball and Chris Paul was like, shoot the, yeah.
Yeah, but if anyone has an unruly ego, it's DeAndre Jordan. When he was like, oh, one of my favorite pictures is when we had that 2023 Lakers roster, and it was like Melo, LeBron, Russ, AD, DeAndre Jordan, and he's like, yeah, I'm one of the big time vets over here, and just like you are not in the same stratosphere as a 2010 legend.
But he dunked all over him, so
Yeah, it's
he
fun.
he had some he had some fun highlights, some fun career highlights. All right, last licks for this game.
I've been high on Wendell Carter Jr. and I wish he played like this the whole season. I love that man. He was on my roster most of fantasy so far in the season. Dropped him a few weeks ago, but I think he's just great.
He's a very interesting player. Like, I think it is like a motor thing with him. Some games he looks really locked in and some games not so much. He's talented. He's definitely talented. He was traded for Vooch. Do you remember that? All the way back when?
Yeah,
Isn't that
yeah,
interesting? Anyways, it's not
yeah.
important. It's just a thing
Also,
that I remember.
wasn't Vooch also part of another trade like a million years ago?
Yes. It was the one that sent Iggy to uh
Yeah, yeah,
Denver and whatever, the whole and then
yeah,
Dwight
yeah. That
Howard.
was that. And then Vooch went back with WOC. Yeah,
Okay, next game. The Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Blazers like it was a very close game. It was a very, very close game. No Denny, but great game from Ant. 34 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. He's had over the last, like, I want to say 10 games, I think 9 out of 10, he's scored more than 20 points, I think. If I remember my stats correctly. He's he's been playing well recently. He's really been playing well. He's looked locked in. He's also been telling every single team that he'd like to go team up with them after his contract is on, not only the Hawks, but also I don't remember who else. He also talked to somebody else. There's another team that he was like, "Oh, you guys, it's nice out here." And so was, by the way, Matherin was doing the same thing. They gotta know when people are mic'd up. They gotta stop it. Just have a sense
it's
for the
good that
camera. Yeah, but also like just gonna heartbreak all the fans of Minnesota to see that happen again. 11 of 27 shooting for Ant, 5 of 13 from the 3-point range. He made 5 3-pointers. Like he made 5 3-pointers uh, in a very in his braggadocious style that Ant does. The Trailblazers tried to make a comeback at the end there. They held on. They did not let it happen. Jaden McDaniels had a beautiful dunk, an absolutely beautiful dunk that he did. 29 points for him, 5 blocks, 3 steals, 12 of 16 shooting, 5 of 6 from 3-point range. I love a Jaden McDaniels game like this where he's just like all over the place. You can't get rid of him. Dante DiVincenzo, 19 points, 5 of 10 in the starting lineup. Julius Randle, 13 and 7 on 5 of 9 shooting, played 30 minutes. It's
kind
a,
of
it's a
useless.
classic Julius Randle disappearance job. Rudy Gobert, though, I think this is his first game back. 10, 19, 4,
Yeah,
and 2 blocks. Beautiful. Love to see it. 36 minutes for him. They There was a discussion I was hearing yesterday because the Timberwolves, if there's an expansion, they might move to the East. Somebody was discussing where they would be placed in the East, not even record wise, just in general. Right now, favorite out of the East, likely, in my opinion at least, is the Pistons. Some people would say Celtics, some people would say Knicks. I don't know who would say Knicks at this point, but whatever. Maybe some people would say Cavs now. They were like, I think that they would handle the Pistons no problem. I just want to publicly state that I think
yeah.
that's obnoxious. No, that's terrible. That's a terrible take. The Pistons are such a good team
No,
with so much size. They would match up with this Wolves team very well. Very, very well. And nothing is more obvious about that to me than literally watching from 2 nights ago Jalen Duren play very solidly against Wemby. Like I was very impressed with how he was able to hold his own as far as throwing his weight around and like getting the forceful inside buckets. I liked it. Drew Holiday, 22 points. Jeremy Grant showed up again. Welcome back, Jeremy Grant, to the world of the living.
my
21
boy.
points for him. Chris Murray, sorry, started for Denny. 16 points. Tumani Kamara did his normal thing, but Donovan Clingan also 11, 16, 5, 3 steals, and 2 blocks, 4 of 7 shooting for him. 4 offensive rebounds, 2 of 4 from 3. I really think that he might be the most underrated player in the league at this point. Really, nobody talks about Donovan Clingan, and he's playing a great big man game at this point in time. Scoot Henderson, 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, 7 of 18 shooting. This is his best game back as a Blazer. Shaden Sharp, he's likely out for 4 to 6 weeks. I think that they said he has what? Do you
Yeah,
remember? An inflammation of something. Oh, his
yeah,
fibula, something like that. It didn't sound good. Whatever it was, it didn't sound good. It doesn't sound like he's probably coming back this season, unfortunately. Uh,
yeah. He had a stress reaction in his fibula, which
that sounds
is
terrible.
around a month and a half. Yeah, it's not a good injury.
I do wonder. Do you know if they have their picks? They have their picks, right?
They should have their picks. Yeah,
I wonder if with Denny and his back and Shaden Sharp like this, and I wonder if they just pack in and say, you know what, maybe let's save up for next year. We think that we have a good team. We've seen it. We've now proven it on paper that we have a good team that could, really fight for being in a playoff spot, especially with next year, hopefully, Damian Lillard, maybe the young guys progress more. I wonder if they just say, forget it, because this is you don't want to run all the rest of your guys into the ground. Good game though, really, really good game and fun. It's always fun when you get like a good scoring game from Ant and Jaden McDaniel, like competitive, very nice and competitive. And I'm happy to see Drew out there doing his thing.
Yeah, he looked good, but they didn't play your guy. They're sleeping on him. Where was
My
Caleb
guy,
Love?
Caleb Love.
Where was Caleb Love last night? Didn't touch the court once. Half the team's injured, and
Is
they had
he
him
a
sitting
full
on the bench.
contract now?
Yeah, he's on the team. He played 2 days ago.
Oh, really? Okay, fine.
Yeah, he's just
Okay, I
sitting
don't know.
there. He had 11 points for the last game.
I think you know what it is. I think that because Scoot is back and they have
Yeah,
Drew
Scoot
now, I think
Drew. Yeah. But
he doesn't get
shout out
shots.
to shout out to Kamara. I really like that he's gonna start playing some more minutes. I really think that given the right, I've been high on him for a while. I would love to see him get a little more action. Welcome back Jeremy Grant to the living. Welcome back Drew Holiday to the living. The Blazers are gonna be a great team. I think you're right. If they do somehow find their way into a top 15 draft pick, there are some great prospects at the lower end of the lottery. They get their hands on JQ. I think he's in UConn. Like you can get a solid big uh to go alongside Klingon. I love Klingon. I think
They have
he's
Hansen,
yeah, he's gonna keep killing it in what's Portland's G League team name? I don't remember. The
the
Oregon
remix or something.
Trails,
I think.
the Oregon remix. Um, I think he's gonna be great there, and I'm really excited to watch his career develop on the Oregon Trail. I love this team. I think next year you just have a lot of young players. You have a lot of good vets. Like this is just like just a good recipe. And the Timberwolves are great. I think one thing that's really unique. I think it's really interesting that they're not really playing with a point guard. I like you were talking before about AR coming off the bench. I'd love to see what happens if Dante was running a second unit and Io was starting. Also, that would help me into fantasy. But Ant played, and I think one thing that's really interesting about Ant, I know he likes to shut down all the MJ comps, but he plays like a 90s, 2000s shooting guard. Like he does. You give him the ball, he just goes for it. Gets you 30 plus. He's super inefficient. Like MJ, he cannot shoot for his life behind the arc. At least right now in this current slump. And yeah, like it's nice to see a Kobe, an MJ, a Tracy McGrady. It's just fun to see something like that on the court because we don't have none of that these days.
Right. I think we needed it. I think for the culture, it was needed. Right. Like it
Yeah,
can't all just be like
it can't
Lamelo.
just be like LaMelo just throwing the ball full court. Like everyone we have in the league now, like all the superstars are either crazy and like don't actually care about basketball, but are busy like dealing with their guns or their women or their food, like specific players in mind for all that, or they're like super duper fundamental Luka's Jokic, LeBron. It's just like we don't have any tigers. We don't have a single tiger in the league like we used to have. Just like
I think people were excited about potentially Kawhi being that, and then he just kind of disappeared for groupings of time.
yeah, but even as though Kawhi's he's old. Like he played in
Now,
the
yeah, yeah,
2000s, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He overlapped with Kobe and prime Wade, and but it's like it's just nice. It's just nice to have a Kobe, an MJ, T Mac, Anthony Edwards, just like in the game, just like give me the ball, I'm dunking on your head.
Well, this could be the last thought of this game, but now we have two of them. It's very exciting.
Scoot
Anthony
Henderson,
Edwards
who's the second,
and Benedict
and
Mathurin.
very nice, Benedict Mathurin, starting player for the G League Lakers, Los Angeles Clippers.
Listen, he gets to the line, which is like a thing that we've obviously seen works in this league
Yes,
at this point in time. But it's just like funny. It's a very funny bit that he has the same personality, but he's just not doing the same thing.
he's Pokemon Evolution, this layer before,
He's the store brand Anthony Edwards. You're right.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Kirkland Ant.
Next, the Celtics beat the very, very injured Suns team. There's not much to talk about in this game aside from the fact that Derek White put up 22, 8, and 8. Um, Celtics
How about
97, Suns 81. Yeah.
let's play a game. Besides for Derek White, who that scored more than 10 points in this game were you able to name before this season?
Ooh, that's an excellent question.
Let's go for Baylor Shireman, Sam Hauser,
So the difficulty is that I watch Bill Simmons. Without watching Bill
mm,
Simmons, the reality is probably Sam Hauser, and that's it.
Ryan Dunn, Gillespie. Fine. Gillespie maybe last year
Green,
had a
Jalen
few.
Green. There you go.
Fine. Jalen
Grayson
Green and
Allen.
Derek White.
Grayson Allen. I would say Grayson Allen.
Yeah, yeah. When he was helping out the Bucks a little bit. It's just some of these games now as we're doing these recaps. It's like when you're watching two G League teams play, you're just like, cool. The Celtics beat the Suns. Neither team hit 100 points. Maluach got some time, and Rutgers legend Ron Harper Jr. got 8 points. Like, ooh,
Let's go. Hugo Gonzalez played 13 minutes for this game. That's when you know the
yeah,
Celtics
and
are really cooking you.
he has the same winning percentage as the New York Jets in the Super Bowl, 1 for 1. So good for him.
The Milwaukee Bucks dogged the Miami Heat last night, which is not a good thing because womp womp, still no Giannis Antetokounmpo, which means that the Miami Heat, full force Miami Heat, just blew a game. Come on, guys. This is Eric Spoelstra. Please. It's torture. It's torture. Are you a good team or you're not a good team? Like you can't have this whole entire team together and lose to the Bucks right now. You can't. I'm sorry. It's not allowed. Norman Powell, 26 points, 6 rebounds. Bam Adebayo, 18, 9, and 2. He's doing his regular Bam things. Shooting percentages are way down this season. He's still defending well. Andrew Wiggins, 16, 8, and 5. Pelle Larson was in the starting lineup for some reason. Davion Mitchell, 8 and 8. Tyler Hero came off the bench with 14 points. Kalel Ware, 14 and 8. Hami Jaquez, 9 points. Like, why? I don't even have a question after that. It's just why.
I'll tell you what I think. I think the Heat are currently in a very similar position as the Bulls, where the Bulls just have way too many ball dominant guards, and the Heat just have too many wings. And I think that's what Spoelstra is trying to figure out. Like when you have to somehow play Wiggins, Larson, Powell, Hero, and Hawkes. They all kind of do the same thing.
But it doesn't have to be as complicated as that. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. Hami Jaquez played 20 minutes. He's their sixth man officially. He's played 22 minutes. Yakushonis doesn't have to play 10 minutes. Kalel Ware should be playing more than 19 minutes. Tyler Hero at 26 minutes, he probably has a minute restriction is the reality, but
Yeah, he has a restriction.
why is, like, there are certain people, I understand what you're saying. So then you know what you do? You say, priority is to get this person more shots. I guess that they did that also. I'm looking at the box score
Yeah.
now. Tyler Hero
I
had
would say
five, it was 5-17. But stop trying, don't force Bam to have the ball. Don't do it.
no. I think once Hero's off his minutes restriction and they can actually play with the roster, I think if your starting lineup becomes Hero at the 1, you have Powell at the 2. Actually, scratch what I said. I want Davion at the 1, Hero at the 2, Powell at the 3, Hawkes at the 4, and Bam at the 5. Sixth man Larson, seventh man Wiggins, eighth man Ware. That's my roster.
Why? Why would why would Larson be
That's my roster.
starting? Why would Larson be
No,
starting?
I just said Larson off the bench.
So who was the other one? Who was the other?
I want
Oh,
Hawkes. I want
Hawkes.
Hawkes
No, Hawkes shouldn't start. He's not a power.
because
He's too
he
small.
could, but he could rebound.
He's too small. It doesn't do anything for me. Why is Ware coming off the bench? I still don't understand why he's coming off the bench. I don't understand why he's not starting for this team. Why he's not playing minutes. I understand. You could say that a guy has a motor problem. Maybe, maybe I don't know. Hear me out. Try to win a basketball game, and then maybe he'll play harder instead of whatever the hell this is. It's a revolving door for this Heat team. Make it make
Yeah,
sense. It doesn't make any sense.
yeah,
Kevin Porter Jr. though, killing it. Absolutely killing it. This
yeah,
season he's been playing great since he came back. 32, 7 and 7 with 2 steals and a block, 11 of 20 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3, 8 of 8 from the free throw line. That's a really great game for him. Plus 10. Ryan Rollins also, another one who's had a great season so far. 4, 5, 2 steals, 1 block, 9 of 16 shooting. Kyle Kuzma has returned to his Kyle Kuzma ways in a better version. Bobby Portis on the bench though, 21 points, very nice. Usman Jang, I mentioned this when he played his first 2 games for the Bucks. I like this guy. If Giannis does stay in Milwaukee, I think he's still like 22, 23. He's a center. He plays center. He's a young guy, very athletic, and can shoot. He hit 3 of 3 from 3, playing 22 minutes for them. I like him next to Giannis. I think that he really gives them options next to Giannis. You don't like Turner's a little bit more immobile these days. 1 of 5 from the field, 19 points. Turner's
yeah,
good. He's good, but Giannis likes to play with pace. Let him play with pace, and also have a guy who can hit threes consistently. And I think that he can. I think he can grow into something here. It's cool. Final thoughts on this game because we got to get through 11.
yeah. That was it. You got it all.
Okay.
It
All right.
was, yeah.
I feel like we can move through these a little bit quicker. Zion, 26 points. Sadiq Bey chipped in with 18. As you mentioned to me earlier, Derek Queen, what's going on?
Wah, wah,
18 minutes.
wah, wah.
18, yeah, another want want. 18 minutes. Also, Jeremiah Fears, also, by the way, he played 21 minutes, but like he shot 10 shots in 21 minutes. 13 shots for Derek Queen. 8, 7, and 2. I don't know what the deal is. I mean, I know what the deal is with this Pelicans team is that they're not good. Um, and they're trying to still try and win basketball games, but it's not. I just don't understand because I think that they're very talented, but like it's not gonna happen for them. D'Anthony Melton for the Warriors, as I said, 113, 109. He scored 28 points. D'Anthony Melton, very nice. A season removed from his ACL tear. That's the ACL, right? I think it was ACL, not Achilles. I think it was ACL. Um,
Yeah, I remember.
Moses Moody had a good game with 24. Guy Santos, this guy has been the 3-and-D that the Warriors have always needed and they never knew. 15, 12, 4, 2 steals and 3 blocks, 6 turnovers, so that's not great, but he's killing it. Draymond was out there until he wasn't because he climbed on someone's back, as Draymond does when Steph Curry isn't in the game. And Podziemski had another crazy rebounding game. Maybe he's supposed to play center for them. Maybe they found their
Yeah,
golden ticket. 16 of 15, 3 assists, 2 steals, 7 of 18 shooting, and at 1 for 6 from 3. He's really give him the starting center job, honestly.
tall is he? Is he like?
I think 6 like 5. He could be a Charles Barkley.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say the storylines from this game, if I do 3 points or less, I'd say Draymond Green should be transitioned into a Udonis Haslem end of career role. I don't want him on the court. I want him mentoring from the side, teaching people, and just whatever he says, don't do it.
Punching young guys in the face. Yeah.
Yeah, I want him to be the anti Udonis Haslem, like the Haslem on the good shoulder, Draymond on their bad shoulder. Guy Santos and Pods and Melton are a great roster to put along Curry, and I would love to see them actually try for a few games with Curry healthy end of season, just to see what comes out of that. And the
With Porzingis
Pelicans
also.
with Porzingis also, and the Pelicans are figuring things out. I think they just have a lot of confusing pieces. I think there's there. I think it's like the ingredients are there. I don't know if everyone's being used correctly. I think maybe a coaching change would be worthwhile to think about postseason. But I don't think the roster needs much of a shakeup.
Yeah. Or they could also trade Zion. There's always an option. Next, Hornets beat the Bulls 131. On the Bulls side, all I'm going to mention is Matas Buzelis. I don't think
My
anything else is
guy.
important here. Well, actually, I am going to mention that, what's his name? Simons. He fractured his left wrist or something like that. So
They're tanking,
he's
so he's sitting. That's
right.
that.
But Matas Buzelis, 32 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, steal, 13 of 19, 6 of 11 from 3. Nice. Very, very nice. Like that's like to be honest with you, that's all I need to see from the Bulls right now.
Chef's
That's all I need to
kiss.
see.
Develop, not us.
Brandon Miller had another really good game, 23, 5, and 3 with 2 steals and 1 block, 9 of 16 shooting, 5 of 9 from 3-point range. This is one of his better percentage shooting games. Con Knipple, he is the fastest as of yesterday to reach 100 3-pointers. Is that possible?
Something
Something
like
like
that.
that. He's the first to reach some milestone of 3-pointers, which everyone knew was going to happen because they kept talking about him in the same breath as Curry. Maybe he'll break a 3-point record one day. That'd be really cool to see if that does happen. Like it's like cool to watch the early start of a historic player. 7 of 12 from the field for him. LaMelo Ball, 16 and 7, 6 of 16 shooting, so he's come back to earth compared to the last game with a 37 and 10. Miles Bridges also put up 16 points. Musa Diabate in his first game back since the suspension, 9, 7, 5, 3 steals, 3 blocks, 4 of 4 from the field. Nice game from him. You can tell, by the way, in playing, you see a very big difference in energy and tone when they're playing with him on the court. He just brings so much energy, and I love like the same thing with the Thunder when Lou Dort is out there, and I'll go Lou with him. They go Moose. It's great. I love it. It's a lot of fun, uh, and he's just awesome. He's awesome. He's good story. Feel good story,
Yeah. I
including
think
those. Yeah,
my big question is, when did Xavier Tillman join the Charlotte Hornets? What the heck?
yeah. I don't know. That's a good
I think
question.
this might be the first time you and I are doing. I've been on for a recap that Charlotte played, or at least since he's been on the team. I don't think I've seen the name Xavier Tillman in like 3 years, and I thought he was on the Celtics last night, Jay.
I can't believe that they traded away champion Xavier Tillman. So
Yeah.
maybe he just signed there. I don't know. I agree with you. I don't know.
What
I know
happened
how
to
he got there.
Xavier Tillman?
In the meantime, including those initial 4 starters who scored in double digits, there was a following 3 bench players in Grant Williams, Josh Green, who's, by the way,
Joshy.
has been a very underrated two-way player for this Hornets team this season, and Kobe White, who I think debuted last night for this Hornets team. They also all chipped in with 11, 11, and 10. We spoke about it yesterday with Jason Lee's offense. Jason, not Jason. What's his name?
I'm Jason.
Yes, that
I
is
don't remember.
true.
What's his name?
Charles Lee.
Charles Lee. Yeah,
What
yeah.
happened to me?
I was like, I remember it sounds like a Confederate soldier.
This is their 8th straight road game that they've won. We're getting into that zone of the NBA season where people are not playing like they usually play. There's not a lot going on. And this is last year, for example, when Quentin Grimes showed well, it was a little bit later, but he could perform for for the 76ers. So like we're in that zone of like there's not as many people playing that should be playing, and
Yeah.
people start to go off, and the Bulls are exactly a case of that. Next, yeah, debuts for the Hawks, who win 119-98. Are we all wrong about Jonathan Kuminga? Is that possible?
No.
No, we're definitely
No.
not. um, Nickeil Alexander-Walker led the team in scoring for the starters, 16 points, 3 and 5 with 2 steals for him. He's I like Nickeil a lot. Not just because he's Shai's cousin, but I just think
Yeah.
he's a very underrated player, and I think people don't give the Hawks credit for the pieces that they have also. Okongwu, also 10, 10, and 7. Off the bench, Jonathan Kuminga debuted with 27 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals, 9 of 12 shooting in 24 minutes. Very nice game from Jonathan Kuminga. Jalen Johnson went out with an injury. Jonathan Kuminga kind of filled that role tonight, but boy, was his athleticism on display. And as a slasher for this Hawks team with force and effort, if he can do, obviously not to this level every single night, but if he can do a modicum of this coming off the bench nightly or whatever, he could be a really good player for this Hawks team, and it actually could be a really nice boost for them. Kispert, also not to be missed. I always want to give Kispert shine where he deserves it. 12 points tonight, 2 of 5 shooting from 3. But Gabe Vincent also came through. A lot of new guys in that building. They just destroyed the Wizards team, but the Wizards very secretly are doing their own tanking. Very secretly. Keyshawn
I
George.
don't know if I call it a secret, but
No, I think they're doing it by playing their guys, but very limited. And then like a guy like Carlton or like Bub Carrington, 3 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, 2 blocks. They're like, get out of here, Bub, get out of here. We don't want this. We don't want this winning basketball nonsense.
get out of here.
They just keep pulling guys off the court. Like all of a sudden, like, oh, he's in, cool. Will Riley is the sole survivor for this Washington Wizards team. 18 points again, 7 of 8 shooting. Will Riley is killing it. They're allowing him to go out there and kill it, and he's killing it. Jameer Watkins. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to talk about this Wizards team anymore. But basically, I would really like to see what this Hawks team actually looks like at full health. Unfortunately, as we said, Jalen Johnson went down. I hope that he's okay because he's fun to watch play basketball and very essential for this Hawks team. They're definitely going to tank if he's out for any extended period of time.
Yeah. I think players to watch out for on the Wizards roster that I think are going to be part of the future of this team. I think Vucevic is a really good player, and I
Vucevic.
think last night was just a bad game for him. But I want to see him develop more. I think Bub Carrington is a little overhyped, and I don't really need him going forward. And I'd love to see Will Riley turn into a full-fledged player. I want to remind everyone that's saying that, and I'm glad Kuminga had his press conference, was able to go off on the world. He shot 75%. 75% from the field is something I was just looking this up. 5 people that were not centers have ever done in their career. So because Jonathan Kuminga shot like 75% from the field for one game, let's all chill. Sorry, over 75% with 25 plus points. PPG.
All I'm hearing is Steve Kerr couldn't win with a 75% shooting from the floor player. That's all I'm hearing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, That's what we're in.
The Thunder beat the Raptors 116-107. Still no SGA, still no J-Dub, still not an issue at all. Really no problem. Kason Wallace has been getting the ball more. I think that Diagno was like, dude, just go play point guard. And he was like, oh, I came into the league like that. Cool, right. He just started getting assists now. 27, 8, and 7, 1 steal, 11 of 16 shooting. Isaiah Joe. Diagno was like, dude, you're Isaiah Joe. You like shoot a really high 3-point percentage. He's like, right. He started doing that also. Jared McCain also told him, by the way, but it was through TikTok dance. Lou Dort, 15, 5, and 3. By the way, Isaiah Joe, second game, he's had 6 3-pointers. Chet Holmgren, 7 and 9, 4 assists, 3 blocks. Chet Holmgren do more. Sorry, I have to say it. Isaiah Hartenstein, 11 and 9. Very nice to see him on the court again. Alex Caruso, 16 points. It's like a reunion. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful on this court. The only people who are
Yeah, it
upset are
was.
Raptors fans and the rest of the NBA.
This is just what I was talking about yesterday. I don't know if we were recording or not at the time, but does you just there's you just can't pick a Thunder's player to rely on for a night because you just rely on all of them. Like we were talking about how last game Isaiah Joe was going off. Great. Last night Casey Wallace was going off. Great. Just like I said, that's what makes the Thunder the best team in the NBA, but the worst team for fantasy. Because if I had picked up Isaiah Joe based on 2 nights ago, I'd be like, darn it, should have picked up Casey Wallace for last night.
Yeah, I'm also going to remind everybody that Buddy Boeheim is on this team. Another Xavier Tillman, by the way. Hilarious. He got signed like a couple weeks ago, but like, why? He's one of those. It doesn't matter. It's not important. I just thought it's funny. Yes, yes, that is the correct question.
He played
Um,
last night?
no. He's just on this team. Like, why?
Buddy, who's it? What's it?
Boeheim. I would like to
I've
remind everybody.
never in my life heard of this player.
He's like a college guy. He was a college guy. His dad was a coach. He like was a big thing, and then of course, he was like another Jimmer Fredette, but not because everyone knew Jimmer Fredette at the time. So like, no one thought that he was going to be anything special. Whatever. It's
Oh,
one
he
of
has
those like,
three. He has 2 games with 3 points.
yeah. I'm going to remind everybody that SGA, AJ Mitchell, and J Dub still have to come back, and this team is looking great. They are looking so great.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
play
yeah.
like they're at home in Toronto because so many of these players are from Toronto. Like some of these players are from Canada. RJ Barrett, 21 points, 8 and 4 with a steal and a block. It's always nice to see RJ Barrett again. I always wonder where he is out in that big wide world. Scotty Barnes, 15, 3, 7, 3, and 4. He went out with a quad injury. He didn't go out, but he injured his quad in the fourth quarter. Colin Murray Boyles, who I really like this whole entire season, has been reduced in his role because Jakob Pertl came back and then didn't play this game. And still, for some reason, the role is reduced. He shot once. I'm still very impressed with this Raptors team. I still can't get over it. I should be able to, but I still can't. I'm very impressed with what they've been able to do this season, and they deserve the credit. That's all. The Thunder absolutely whooped them, but still.
It's a great. It's the Raptors put together a wonderful roster. They've got a bunch of great players who were great from their respective teams that they've come from. They're not the Thunder, and they have a very hard second round exit this season. But I'm very excited to see them in the playoffs.
But a second round exit for the Raptors is something, buddy.
It's
That's
great.
that's
It's great.
like I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them, and I feel like also to be fair, let's say in the second round they meet the Sixers, and Joel Embiid isn't playing, and Paul George isn't playing, and they can load up with their wings on Tyrese Maxey. I think it's a little bit scary. I think
Do
it's
you
a
think the
little bit of a.
Sixers are getting to the second round?
Do I think that they? Yeah. If I think it's the same thing. I think it's the same thing. If things break the right way, let's say Jaylen Brown gets injured, what are the Celtics doing? Like that's not going to be great for them. That's going to be a problem. The
I
Knicks
imagine it's
are a
going to be
different story,
Sixers next. I think it's going to be Sixers next. But
which would be a
this is
fun
for a
series.
different pod. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go through 2 games. Speaking of the Sixers, very quickly. Sixers, Maxey, and Joel was also out there by the way. Maxey, 32, 9, and 8 with 2 steals and a block. Joel Embiid, 27, 6, and 5, beat the Pacers 135 to 114 because of the Pacers, and they're also tanking right now. I want to give a special shout out, a very special shout out on the Pacers side of the court. Nemhard, he's so good. I really did never think that he was going to be this. Like, I liked him as a defensive player. Remember 2 years ago, he really was the backbone defensively of the Pacers team that made it to the conference finals against the Celtics. He really was such a big contributor to that team. I never thought that he was going to be scoring like 19 points a game for a season, averaging almost 8 assists. I didn't think that he could do this, and I'm very impressed that he's been doing it. 8 of 17 shooting. Micah Potter off the bench, 23 points. That's a fun. You know why I know who Micah Potter is? Because one time he played against the select. He was part of the select team to play against the U.S. Olympic team,
Yeah,
and they
Team
got
USA.
absolutely
Yeah, yeah.
whooped. And I was like, who is that guy? And why does he have such a weird shot? And I was like, oh, Micah Potter. Never heard of him before. And here he is. I'm seeing him once again in my life. Yeah, this Pacers team has nothing doing. There's nothing doing because they're trying to make it. There's nothing doing. They asked Rick Carlisle about their additions, okay? About Obi Toppin and Zubats. And also, he recently the Pacers got fined because of not playing players' eligibility, blah, blah, all this stuff. Okay, they asked him about Zubats and Obi Toppin. They said, "Is there any timeline?" And he said, "Oh, they won't be playing for a long time." That was all he gave. That was it. Thank you, Rick Carlisle. I really appreciate it. That's really ambitious of you
Rick
to say in front of the media.
he doesn't know what to do with the tanking team. He's never been like this on this court.
I know, and I feel bad for him because the truth is that still I think that they're low key a good team.
Yeah.
Dallas Mavericks whooped the Nets. Do you know who's playing for the Dallas Mavericks anymore?
Najee Marshall, and that's all I need. But
I'll
yeah,
give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. He was one time referred to along with De'Aaron Fox as the new Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant of the Western Conference. Marvin Bagley the third, everybody. He is on this
yeah,
Mavericks
Marvin Bagley the third.
off the bench with 22 points. He was their highest scorer. Isn't that fun? Brandon Williams, he's a big me guy. I like Brandon Williams a lot. 19 and 10. Love it. I love it. Klay Thompson had
It's a
17 points off
it's
the
a
bench.
fun, scrappy team. They're just enjoyable to like. It's just fun.
Why are
It's
they
just like
still good? Can you
it's the
explain this
Harlem
to me?
Globetrotters.
It is, but it shouldn't be. They shouldn't it shouldn't work. This shouldn't work. Jason Kidd has no right making this somehow work, but
No, he's not
sometimes in
making
certain
this.
games,
No. Wait. I love Jason Kidd as a player. I just want to. I'm not a fan of him as a coach, and I think that one thing that needs to be clarified is when you have a bunch of players just scoring a lot of points, and that's just what happened yesterday. Like, people are making it more than it is. I don't think that Jason Kidd deserves any of the credit. He had PJ Washington going 5 for 8. He had Najee Marshall going 7 for 13. Marvin Bagley 10 for 13. I
they
don't
did
give
this last year.
any of that.
They did this last year when Kyrie went down and so did AD. It doesn't he does this. This is the thing that happens. When he has scrappy players, I don't know how he motivates them. It works. Somehow it
I think
works. I'm very
they
impressed.
all just
But it doesn't
I
work
don't
on
know,
other
man.
teams. For example, the Nets. Jordy Fernandez is a good coach. This you know, it's not like they were missing anybody.
I know we're joking with Marvin Bagley. Marvin Bagley is a little better than Nolan Traore. So it's not like
The
we're not
problem is
dealing with Apple, you know.
the problem is for most people, genuinely, they probably wouldn't know.
Right. But I'm saying like if I were an NBA coach and I said to Najee Marshall and Marvin Bagley, go for it, I'm much more expecting them to go for it than if I looked at Danny Wolf, Ochai Agbaji, and Igor Dyamin and I said, go score 30, you kids.
Boys,
Like no, Igor Dyamin's gonna come back with 0 points and no get back.
Michael Porter Jr. had 26 points. Noah Clowney had his best game in a while because he was really stinking it up there. This Nets team is this Nets team. That's all I got for you as far as this. It's interesting. Jordy Fernandez is a good coach, and I'm excited to see when he's allowed to coach a winning basketball team. I'm excited to see what that looks like. The big game of the night that I want to spend a little bit more time on, and the reason why this was a big game of the night is the Cavs, who just lost to the Thunder the night before without, again, the majority of their very good players, beat the Knicks 109-94. Donovan Mitchell scored 23 points, 5 of 18 shooting. James Harden, 22-4. Jarrett Allen, 19-10. Him having James Harden next to him has really made him into a different thing altogether. Evan Mobley, once more with 24 minutes, 12, 7, 1-1. Dean Wade, gotta love that he's still in the starting lineup. I love it. It's always nice to have a D Wade around. He had 3 steals and 2 blocks. Didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming. Sam Merrill played 21 minutes. Did not hit a shot. 0 of 4. Dennis Schroeder played 21 minutes. 1 of 6, but that's a Dennis Schroeder kind of thing. All I'm saying is, and this is the reason I'm saying it, there's no standouts to tell you anybody on this Cavs team was quote unquote unstoppable. The Knicks just couldn't keep pace. It's not looking good. It's not.
I think the big problem here is we're dealing with a situation. These are the two of all the teams that are great in the East. We have a lot of question marks about a bunch of them. We have the Celtics have a question mark. We have there's a bunch of third tier teams, the Sixers, the Hornets. We have a bunch of teams out there. I think what's going on in the East right now is we have the Pistons in their own stratosphere, And then we have two teams who are taking up that 2A and 2B spot, and we got to watch them play last night. And I think that something that Knicks fans should be wary of is the Cavs are really good at winning by numbers. And they have at least 7 players who are great players and can win you games. The Knicks have a starting 5, which is amazing. And because this is a Tibbs roster, there's nothing going on. Like Tibbs built a roster, he coached a roster where you have a starting 5 that can play magic, and then you have off the bench. Thank God they got Jose Alvarado, but you can't rely on Landry Shamet, Mitch Robinson, Jeremy Sohan, Dylan Jones. This is not
But
a
you know
second
what?
unit.
It's difficult for me to say that because I'll tell you why. We've seen independently, all of these players have really, really good, like, stretches of games. Like, really worked. Like, for example, like Kolek. He had a really great stretch in the cup. Like, that he was like, oh, this is a rotation worthy guy. Not recently.
Yeah,
Diawara really helped them win some games this season. Sohan, whatever. Sohan is a whole other story. I think that they have to work with him in the offseason as far as like he's got to get his. I think it's more of a mental health thing for him. Like I think he's got to get his confidence back up because I think it's been totally destroyed. Huckporty even had good minutes for them this season. Clarkson, who they signed in the offseason, played a minute. Like they have guys who have had good stretches for them, as I said, but for some reason when it materializes, it's for brief periods of time only, and it's just ruining the overall presentation that is the Knicks right now. And
yeah.
I don't know how you do anything other than like a Carmelo Anthony style trade with the Bucks because it like Towns is like that guy that you're like, hey buddy, like come on, I need you to do more. He's like, I know, I got to do more. You're right. Like okay, let's do it together. And like one game, he's like doing like this is what I'm talking about. Good job, buddy. He's like, yeah, good job. And like the next game, like nothing, absolutely nothing. 14-7. It's just not.
The Knicks are there's a reason that the Knicks find themselves in the conference finals every year, or not every year, but deep in the playoffs every year because they have a good team. The problem is you play enough basketball games, high intensity playoff games, you need other people to rely on, and the Knicks just don't have that. So either you're right, they either go for Giannis and just go that all splash out, just have Giannis play every game, 35 minutes, he's stable, he's sturdy, he'll get you what you need, or you start pulling what the Cavs are doing. You have Jalen Tyson, you have Sam Merrill, you have players who could take up a few minutes of time and give you some usage.
Yeah, it's just very it's very interesting because I really do believe in Mike Brown, and I think it's very interesting that he just hasn't been able to find the correct role for Karl Anthony Towns in the flow of this team. And I think that really, like, unfortunately, like, there's other things that are clearly not working here, but I think the root is that you have this guy who's otherwise a 5 and 10 regularly in his career. Again, some of those are empty stats. He played on some of the worst teams in the league, but the fact that he's not even like shooting threes. He's like
Yeah,
percentage-wise one of the best three-point shooters as a big man, and he's not even shooting threes. Like it's just weird. It's really, really weird to me.
it's weird.
And at this rate, this is not going to look good for the playoffs. And Brunson usually rises to the occasion. I think that he still can, but I don't know about the rest of the team. They're not looking very like the guy who usually rises to the occasion that was with them before was Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, they
He's
had a sixth
currently on the
man.
Timberwolves.
Yeah, they lost. They don't have it. They maybe Alvarado will pull through. They don't have a sixth man, and I can't name you a single NBA champion over the last 20 years who didn't have a reliable guy off the bench.
Yeah, yikes. All right, unfortunate. Okay, any last thoughts? Hopes, dreams?
Lots of games. We got 19 more to play. We got less than 20 games per team.
Wow.
Lakers get it together. Knicks figure it out. Thunder, you better not go back to back.
They're gonna. It's okay. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been your daily basketball recap. I want to thank Jason for coming on the podcast, for coming on this lovely program we have here. And I want to thank you all for listening, and I'm excited for what we have to bring you soon. So stay tuned and have a great rest of your day.
Peace.